I'm Sagrika from Republish, and I'm doing a podcast with one of our amazing authors who is also a part of Voices of Education. Ma'am, could you please introduce yourself?
Myself, Miss Mita Shah, and I, I'm a vice principal at Podar International School, Navsari. And I've connected with you since you have shared the link year or 2 years back with children. And this time, apparently, it's me being an educator with you, and you've inspired me ultimately to write something.
That sounds already exciting. Ma'am, please tell us something about your book.
So basically, the name of my book is, as you're aware, Karma. And it's all about the life journey and how we treat people and how small thing matters and it affects us due to our deeds every day and how the mankind should look at these deeds so very closely, um, that everything is connected. To do is every day dealing with people with emotional, physical, moral, ethical, however it is, it's all karma. So the more closer you are with your deeds every single day, you're more closer to God. And that's why I've written this book for youngsters to get inspired. And unknowingly, uh, or knowingly also, we make so many attempts during the day to, do foul things, speak foul, wrong things. So all this matters to our life. And the more you clear this, if you realize it in time, I think it's better world for you and for everybody.
But, why the concept of karma? I mean, it has really deeply signified your life, or why exactly karma?
Yeah, yeah. So, since, like I've already written, since the childhood, mother had always, uh, you know, inspired me towards spiritualism. That was already rooted there. Um that time I didn't realize how deeply it can affect people. But as you grew and I see the experiences, and then I relate to what she said, now it made very concrete that yes, everything is karma, nothing is beyond that. And earlier on, when you're young, it's only a word. But as you experience the time go by, being connected with spiritualism, understanding the aspect of nature and universe, um, it's just a universe call, or should I say, in my instinct thought when I was praying, that write something for karma. That's all it was.
So in my what I have experienced in this lifetime is what I feel is in the name of karma, what we do is we justify our actions. So what we do is we justify it in a sense that this person has done wrong to me. So now in retrospect to the karma, I'll do bad to them as well. But that is actually a very wrong way of looking at things. So
Right.
yes, I do believe in karma. But so when I realized that this is the main topic of what you've written on, and it was really interesting to me. And there is a part where you have drawn parallels of karma with kites.
Correct.
Please tell us
Yes.
something about that because it was really
So
interesting to me.
yes, so the kites basically, the more purer you are towards your deeds, you are able to cut out the unwanted deeds, and that will make your soul reach high to heaven. So I relate this to the kite. So if you fly the kite higher, I'm sure you feel like it's touched the heaven. And if I was to reach there, I need to literally purify my energy to be able to meet in heaven. So it's just the way I fly my kite and how, frankly speaking, how I train my kite. If I'm going to do the wrong thing and cut somebody's kite and then make myself feel better, am I really happy about that? Or was I happy cutting somebody's kite? Well, that's not the point. The point is, I have to stick to my kite, my soul, how it is reaching to heaven. And that's how I've related to kite.
Very beautifully said. And also, I feel that, you cannot justify doing bad things. It is bad in the end. Um,
Correct.
there is also a part in the book where you have, written about the good deeds and the bad deeds. So,
Correct.
how should one describe the deed as good or bad? I mean, is it the intention? Is it the action?
Right. So basically, first, your intention, whether it is action or intention, both has to be very pure. Either way, intentions can be wrong because you want something out of it. That is also a bad karma. If my intention is to do good for you, and if I have to, if that's make you feel better, as long as I'm not jeopardizing you, for me, it's a good karma. Somebody is happy because of me, not sad. And good karma is, anyways, doing good for others. If somebody is unhappy and I make somebody happy, well, that's right. I mean, why not? If I have something for me and if I share it across, definitely it's a good deed. Why not? Why can't I make a world better place to live? If I have something, I came up with nothing. God has given me nothing when I was born. If I have everything now, and if I want to share somebody who has nothing, what's wrong with that? So I don't want anything in written, but helping somebody, caring somebody, doing small things for somebody, that's what I think is a good deed. Ultimately, all this is going to be deposited in good karma. And somewhere it is going to help me when I am at my deathbed, probably. I'm not talking about my journey, current journey or physical journey, which I'm on earth. All these deposits are going to help me to scale my journey when I travel to heaven. So this is how I look at world. Not that I want anything from a present world or nothing monetary gains or anything, no popularity. It's just that I want to deposit something so pure that God also feels affectionate to have me up there.
How would you say karma has shaped up your life up till now?
Frankly speaking, every day, every small thing I do, I think. When I speak, I think. When I talk to somebody, I think. I'm in the process. I'm still reviving. I'm not saying I'm saint, but then I'm still thinking. I'm stopping to think before I do anything, that whether my actions or my physical entity, is it hurting somebody? If I can take that pain, I don't want to hurt anybody. I can let that go. I don't want to make, unhappiness to anybody. And in return, if everybody is happy, that's okay. The day goes nice. And it has made me more calmer. It has made me more thoughtful. It has made me more pure towards myself. At the end of the day, I feel content. When I sleep at night, I feel, yes, I've done something good for myself. Whether it affects or other, it doesn't matter. I know I'm right.
The
And that's what
satisfaction,
matters.
yes,
Yeah,
the satisfaction of not, purposefully doing something wrong in a world which is already a lot more
correct,
toxic already. Um,
correct.
how would you say one should overcome the thought of moral dilemma and what is right and what is wrong?
Well, basically, your judge is your own heart. There is no moral dilemma if you're connected with your heart. Your heart tells you, the first instant, heart knows if you're doing it wrong. Don't go ahead. Don't go ahead, because then the um, other heart will, or I mean to say, the other thought will drive you mad, saying, "Oh, leave it. You should do it." So it's always like a three monkeys in the mind, and they always make you go at the wrong end. So it's like, think before you do anything. And if you know that you are right, listen to your heart. That's it. You don't need any judge for that. And you know whether you have done it right or wrong, because at night you wouldn't sleep in your wildest dream if you know you have even hurt intentionally or intentionally somebody. You've done something wrong. You don't require anything. It won't, your cautious will not allow you to sleep. So, anyways, do it right. Listen to your heart.
So I can say you would choose your heart anytime over your brain.
Absolutely. Choose heart over the head,
Yes.
because it takes a little longer to go. The message reaches little later to the head, but heart knows it first.
Yes.
So,
And when the head is involved, there's so many technicalities and logical that we actually forget about the morals and the ethics.
absolutely rightly you said that, because then we tend to forget the moral values. we get into logical mind, and then logical mind is always negotiate. They always ask for buyback. What would you get in return? Why would you do this? Rather than going into all those thoughts, just listen to your heart and take a step and forget everything else is the way I look at the world.
Beautiful way of looking at the world. About book writing, how did that come along?
It was just a May. As you know, we had a vacation. Being an administrator in school during the year, we don't get much time. But that was a May where I got a couple of days, and I thought, like I told you, it was just an instinct message. Just write it. And then I just pulled out the book. And I don't know from nowhere how it started. And I think in a couple of days, well, I started, then I paused a little bit. Then I started and paused. And then in like 2 days, I almost finished it. I also kept some pages empty in the book later on, so that people who can buy can also write their deeds, and they can cross out the deeds and fill with the gratitude. Thus, they will realize what I have written, what they are doing. Is it matching, not matching? It becomes an evidence in that book, and they can restore and revive back, refer back to the things what they're doing. Hopefully it can help someone. uh, I don't know how it helps, who it influences, but I'm sure there is at least one person I can change.
Ma'am, if you could say just, like maybe something that has shifted in your perspective or realization while writing this book, what would it be?
I have become more awakened. Karma was just the thought. Practically putting it onto papers, it had made me more responsible to everyday things what I'm doing now. Now that it's like an oath for me, for myself. And every day, whenever I am attuned with it, I definitely think twice. And it had made me more responsible, more attuned, more healthy relationships, be it my personal, interpersonal colleagues, or at work, or teachers, or community. It has made me more calmer and look at the deeper aspect of how the people will feel. Of course, my profession is different, and I have to say certain things. But beyond that, I'm also understanding that people have different way to things must have happened. So how can I handle it? How do I do it? And it had made me more calmer, more thoughtful person today, more
Um,
responsible.
yes. How do you look at karma as somebody, in the role of an educator? Because then you're balancing too many different things at once. So how do you
Correct.
balance that?
So basically, I mean, I'm as transparent as I can at my work. I I I don't want to say which is not there on cards. Whatever it is, I'll confront to my teachers, to my parents, to my students. If it is, that's what it is. There is no two way about it. If I can help, I will say yes. If I cannot, I will say I'm sorry. As simple as that. And it had made me build more connections, wiser connections, emotional connections, responsibility too. And I'm feeling very good about it because I've got nothing to hide at the end of the day. I don't have to balance everything and nothing, because everything is there in front of you and it is very crystal clear. I don't need to have a sleepless night out of my deeds.
So, the idea of fate and destiny, they are very much connected to karma in some sense. So what are your opinions on it? Is it like free will, or is it just fated according to our actions and our moves?
Fate is something which has come with me, and whatever it's written by God. And I don't know how what's written in my faith and what's the future. But destiny, I will ensure I make my destiny rightly say with my deeds what I'm taking now. Because at least I know the destiny that if I clear this, I know I have somewhere to reach. Fate is something which is written by God. He must have got some packages and I'm living with it. And I don't know what's the future. But yes, destiny, at least I will try and better destination. I will reach. And after all this, wherever I reach is my destiny. What God has written out of my fate, that's my destiny, as long as I'm true to my deeds. Yes. I don't know if I've made some sense.
No, 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 you're definitely making sense. However, this is what I'm thinking about now. Because in our world, we are so busy with what our lives hold, or what, it is all just I, me, myself, right? So we barely give any thought to the actions we are doing to other person, or how is it going to get impacted on, how does it feel for the other
Correct.
person too. That is what I'm realizing right now, and this is really deep, but the realizations need to be hit sometime.
Correct.
What message do you want your readers to take from this? If just one message they could take from this book.
But basically, karma is not something which you can learn overnight or filter in one night, but it is an ongoing process. As long as you realize your mistakes, just put a gratitude, confront to somebody who you have your connections with. If you know you have done it wrong, realize your mistake in time, say gratitude, thank God, and move on.
Yes, but in regards to this, do you believe that karma is like instant, or it comes back to you throughout your life? Like,
Depends on the frequency of what type of a deed you have done. Sometimes your intentions, your frequency are so strong that God punishes you instantly because He's angry. He's angry. He cannot wait. Certain deeds, it's okay. Time will decide the destiny of me or him. But frequency is definitely what I believe in always. Depends on the intensity of deeds and how God will be angry, what will intensify him. And then it is either instant, or maybe he wants me to realize, he will give me some time to change myself. Am I changing? And that comes a little later. It all depends on frequency, intensity of the deeds, and maybe, as per, like I said, destiny, maybe he will give time for me to realize if I do realize. And if I realize, yes, there is one way, like I said, confront it. If I don't, I'm sure he has something for me because he gave time and I still did not understand.
in your
So
understanding, why would you think a God would punish? I mean, what would be the reason behind a punishment?
punishments, it depends on, like, again, it's like a judge. You're sitting in the court of a law. If you murder somebody, I'm sure unknowingly, nobody's going to like it. You're going to be hanged for sure. It's an instant punishment. So this is also a family, a country, state, people. Again, it all depends on what level of deeds you have done or wrongdoings you have done. And then he or she will decide how intense it is. And definitely, frequency everywhere is going to balance. So what I have given, I'm sure is going to come back to me. If not me, it's going to come back to my children. So karma does not leave anybody. Frequency does not forget who it is. One way or the other, it may be traveling somewhere, but definitely it's going to come to me one way or the other because in entire universe, energy remains the same.
Yes, I agree to this. But do you think it comes back, even when we have grown out of this life and, to the future lives that we are going to spend, or is it
Yes.
just this lifetime?
No, I think it all depends on what your previous birth was. In this life, I was cautious enough. I did realize if I never realize, I will keep on doing the wrong things. It's going to pile up. He gave me the life to understand what it is. And if I'm stupid enough not to know now, I'm going to continue this for the rest of the life. And it's going to keep coming back to me one way or the other in my next life, in my life after it, until I realize it. Then it will go into any other birth. It could be animal, plants, you know, 84 million lives. We say I have to finish all. This is also a part of karma. So whilst he's given me the human form to think, which nobody has, I really need to sit and think and justify everything I do, why I'm being born, what is the purpose, and how I can correct it, and how can I make it better for myself and others. If I don't realize it now, it's going to keep coming back to me because he sent me with some responsibility which I need to realize. And that's why I'm born with this number also. So every number has their own responsibilities. So why me? Then there must be something which he wants me to fulfill. And I have to do it right.
So, my last question to you would be, in regards to karma, how do you think it has affected your past, present, and future, not just in the professional sense, as well as in the personal, in your spiritual self as well?
So in the past, like I told you, it was just the word. Practically speaking, when mom used to teach me, it was just a word for me where I'll go to a guru, I'll be a disciple. He will teach me, preach me. But practically speaking, when I started to realize that that is what he meant, and if I am doing something, okay, practically speaking, also it means that yes, in life there were ups and downs. I had faced ups and downs. Still, then I went back to what he taught me. I had reminded myself. I had gone into the meditation. Again, I realized his teachings. Since the day I started to cleanse everything, things just suddenly happened good for me. Everything just happened fine for me. Whatever way it was, he just kept giving me the way. It's like never ending path. He just multiplies things for me, goodness for me, love around me. Things just keeps coming naturally to me. I didn't have to make any efforts. And now I'm feeling happy and content that I don't have to, be bad to anybody. I don't have to lie to anybody. I don't have to jeopardize anybody. I just have to do my simple things, what I'm doing. And everything is going to be okay. And I see that happening. Everything is okay. Everything is beautiful because I feel beautiful inside. And thus, I'm sure people who are connected with me, they also feel the same. Well, I try my bit. How I can reach, how they perceive me, it's their way of thinking. But at least I'm happy and content that my cautious is right. And I'm going into more deeper aspects of spiritual journey, keeping karma in mind. And I'm trying to do every bit of it during my day routine that I dare not hurt anybody.
And what would you say? How does that make the future look in this light of karma?
Absolutely wonderful because now I can see the path very clearly. There are no clouds. All the clouds which were tangling over my head, with all the confusions of all the karmas which you were entangled with, I feel the cloud has completely gone off and I see through a peace in heaven.
So
And I
the
know
yeah.
my soul is doing very well. Um, I still have a lot of things to filter. I'm not saying I've transformed every bit of it, but then I know where I'm leading to. I know what I'm doing. I know myself. I know why I'm born, what is my purpose, what I have to do for the betterment. I'm getting these answers. Yes.
So in a way, you're looking forward to all the learning experiences that you will have while doing going through this path of good deeds. Uh,
Right.
so yeah, so that is why the mentality we have of pushing people, out of our ways to just go up and up, that needs to be really corrected. And I think it can start from this amazing book. Uh,
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time. This has been really insightful and really made me think, and I'm sure it is going to make everybody who reads this book or listens to the podcast understand the idea of karma a lot more than what it has been depicted now. Thank you so much for your
Thank
time,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you. And like just the last word, which I've forgotten to tell you, that it now I've been able to shape all my children so very well. I'm able to counsel. I am training my children to come to give them some prescription of what I've learned. Every small thing they do, I explain them with stories. And I bring them to the office. We discuss a lot of things. And through the discussion, they're also self-realizing many things. And above all, it had made me a great counselor too. And I could now see through what children world is like, what are they going through, why they're doing certain things, what they're doing. And I'm able to help them, in every small bit they're stuck up with. Thus, it had made me more confident in daily dealings with my children. Um, Now it's not like, oh my God, how I deal with this. Because I know whoever it is, I'm sure maybe I'll take some time, but I will get there. I will transform him, is a confidence I have now.
Yeah, this is the clarity and the growth we get, I think, while moving in this path. Thank you so much for
Yes.
your time, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Thanks for giving me this time.